Okay, guys, we are live. So for those listening at home, welcome to the Dungeon Musings YouTube channel. My name is Kevin Madison, and I will be your friendly Dungeon Master today. Today, we are playing session 21 of our ongoing campaign, playing Paizo Publishing's very cool Starfinder science fantasy role-playing game. And with me today are the stars of our ongoing Starfinder campaign. I'll go the order I've got you guys on the screen here. I want to tell us who you are, who you're playing. And what does your character want for Christmas? First up is Brent.
Ooh, big questions. I am playing the android Tom, who is a technomancer, so specializes in spells that affect technology, kind of like the modernized version of a wizard. He is also a xenoarchaeologist. He likes to dig things up and sell them. So I've referred to him as a morally flexible archaeologist. For Christmas, he wants a lot of stuff. There's not too much he could. He measures his life in acquiring things. So yeah, a lot of rare finds, extra gear. Yeah, if he was given a list, he'd be circling a bunch and asking Santa for a whole bunch of weapons.
Someone had posted it on what do you call it, on Twitter, or the Pathfinder or Paizo rather account had posted something too, and I didn't think it was intended that way, but like, this is from the Arsenal. How does that not look like a fusion of reindeer and Santa?
Oh, it totally does.
Doesn't it? So you have your combat-ready Santa sleigh armor.
There's a one-shot waiting to happen.
Absolutely, yeah. Great. Okay, next up is Mo. Why don't you tell us who you are, who you're playing, and what does Cat want for Christmas?
Hi, I'm Morris. I'm playing Cat, who is an operative, and he specializes in hacking. So he's the classic cyberpunk-esque hacker. An operative is similar to a rogue in traditional D&D, though it does have some aspects of the bard if you spec them that way. For Christmas, he wants a weekend away with his previous girlfriend on a nice mountain somewhere.
Nice. And last but not least is Ingolf.
Yeah, hi, my name is Ingolf. I'm playing Wodan, who is a Vesk soldier, beefy guy with a big hammer, and also trying to be the captain of the ship, but it turns out they have their own errands to run, and I just follow the others. Don't know why exactly.
He's really a figurehead. He's not...
Yeah.
Mo, you are getting progressively further and further away in the camera.
The camera's going a bit funny. Sorry, hang on. Let me sort that out.
You're slowly disappearing. This is like, what do you call it? Whoa, there, hey, there you go. Now you're back to normal.
Yeah.
Perfect. That's hilarious.
That's a bit better.
All right. So, guys, last we left our heroes, you guys had undertaken... well, I mean, it was an eventful couple of hours last time because you guys were following a dream. What happened last session?
All right. Zakros had some visions of a temple where we thought we could find an artifact that would help us possibly discover what's going on and where the young woman we're trying to find was. So we went off almost as a bit of a, not sure what the Aboriginal term is, a dream walk. Yep. So we went off into the desert following him, and after being followed, but we think we've lost whoever was following us, we found that at midnight, effectively, there was a section of canyon wall where we were that opened up into a very, very old temple. We're talking like 50 years old, I think, possibly, by this point. And we had investigated that and startled a snake that was sleeping in the chamber we're just in.
It was an insect thing.
Yeah, the centipede of doom. And then Buldan frightened it away, basically.
Maybe that was happened, but I don't think that's really so. I think Zakros killed it, but nevertheless.
No, it was so intimidated and it just ran off.
Yeah, and it's unlikely to come back.
Oh, that's right, because Voldan just roared at it, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's great. All right. So where we're going to pick up, guys, is within the depths of that temple. You may remember that as you were making your way along the corridor there, that the carvings that you saw on the pillars included depictions of four-armed humanoids, and they were not set next to anything that you could use as a scale, or alternatively they seem to be in some kind of stylized format. If you're picturing like Egyptian hieroglyphs, that's very much how I'm picturing them, or like Assyrian hieroglyphs, the way that Mo, you had posted in chat, or in not in chat, in Discord. That's
more
very
like
much
the Abyssinian ones, the
Yes.
Lamassu.
Yeah, totally. And that's sort of what... So there's not any of interest. There aren't any mammalian things being depicted in there, but there are quite a bit of... what do you call it? There are quite a bit of insectoid things. Now, Voldan, your stalwart ship's mystic... excuse me, my goodness. I had a smoothie before, and I'm all phlegmy now. Ugh. Which I'm sure you guys needed to know. He has stepped forward into this other chamber here, and I think you guys can all see that, right?
Mm-hmm.
See here, yeah. Oh, yeah, great. And as he's stepped in there. What you could see on the one side, there is. Oh, I need to do one thing here, guys. Give me 2 moments. I think when I set this up, I was in a bit of a blind panic. Let me do one thing here. I have an idea. And that never goes badly, right? Okay. Okay. Alright, sorry about that. Alright, so, Zakros steps inside that corridor. Am I on the right level here? Yeah. Steps inside that first room there, and remember the hexes here are the hexes. The squares are actually 10 feet, not 5 feet. I just don't want to. If I squeeze you guys down any further, you're gonna have giant bars pushing over. What you can see is this sweeping ceiling. You can see that there are a bunch of about 9 foot tall sarcophagi set up in here, and each of them has, like, it's a stylized, if you pictured like the I'm picturing these in kind of like a Giger-esque style, where they've got these things. Oh, don't move yourself too far forward.
Yeah, I was just going to say,
No, like you're free to do that, but I mean, this is a tomb that often has traps in it.
well, yeah, I was just trying to see where we can see, yeah.
Well, you can't see there. No, you can see where your character is. Stay put! Don't make me take your token away. Stop moving. What happens is Zakros steps in here. He looks up and he sees these things, and they have, like, they're not colored any longer. If they did have paint or whatever else on them that added any kind of accents before, it's gone now. And they have 2 sets of arms with them laid across their chests, standing. However, one of them on the right has been pulled aside somehow, and there is a passageway that leads down. And as Zakros went in there, I think the last thing we had is that there was a sound coming from deeper in the tomb. And what you see, Zakros kind of staggers back. He turns to look at you guys. His eyes are completely black. Like, it's as if like the pupil expanded out and covered the entire thing. He kind of, and then falls to the ground, unconscious. Thomas, it's been an absolute pleasure playing with you. No.
Quick, loot the body.
So he drops to the ground. What do you get? What happens next?
I'm going to jump forward and pull him away from the doorway, and then I'm going to do a medicine check. So I'll pull him sort of away from the door, and then
absolutely go ahead.
See if we can do a medicine check on it to see what's happening. He's still breathing, presumably.
Sure. You're pretty quick too, Matt, and Kat, and you were moving yourself forward there, so I think you kind of push past Voldan, and you're able to catch him before he hits the ground.
Well, or we do it together. Right, medicine.
Sure.
I step a bit aside, just.
Whoa, nice. Okay. Holy shit, great roll. All right, so yeah, you check his eyes. His eyes are completely, black, but closed. He's still breathing. His heart rate has dropped pretty substantially, but is steady. And if with a roll that good, he may be in a coma of some kind.
Can I want to use detect magic to see if there's anything coming from the door that he just stepped into.
Okay, sure. So you and yours, it's when that the magical or the runes or whatever are flowing down your eyes, Tom.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So go ahead and give me a mysticism check, please.
All right.
I think that if there is here, there is first off, you can detect that there is a very, very unusual arcane aura that sort of is drifting around in here, and Zakros is affected by it, but it is so outside your experience that you just don't know what. You've no earthly idea what it is that's affected him. What you can tell is that it's nothing you've been exposed to before.
Okay, I'll let everyone know. So there's some kind of weird magic going on here, and whatever it is, it's hit Zakros.
Okay.
Now that you've stepped in there too, Kat, what you can see on the sarcophagi is that there is they seem to be wearing some kind of elaborate chest piece. It seems to be like a brass or a metal of some kind. That's at least what's depicted on the carvings. The stairs ahead of you go down about 20 feet to you can hear the echoes to a much larger chamber ahead.
So, Kat, is he going to be okay?
He's going to be fine. He is in a coma, and he's muttering something.
In what language?
I think in common.
Okay, hold on for 1 second.
Let's see here. I'm just going to check what languages that Zakros speaks. Where is he here? Characters? Yes, so here we go. Okay. Oh, Zakros Aeon. Okay. I saw one of Thomas's summoned creatures in the character list, and I thought it was his character. It's an Aeon, I guess, that he can summon, but I thought that was his last name. I'm like, oh, I didn't know he had a last name. Oh gosh. Where is it here? Languages. Do you have any? Oh, it's right at the top here. I think it's in common. Yeah, because I mean the other languages are not likely ones that he would be automatically defaulting to. What he's saying is the sphere, 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 the sphere.
Okay.
Over and over and over again.
Is he talking about his ball?
Voldan makes the most obvious assessment. Tom, would you give me let's see here. Actually, I think a mysticism check again, please.
All right.
Okay, that is still not good enough. What is with your rolls are not great to start here. I thought your mysticism was you. Oh, plus one.
I've got a 9 in mysticism.
Okay, so that's not. So what you remember? You don't know anything about it, but wasn't Zakros talking about a sphere before?
Yeah,
when he was making his way through here?
That was the thing we were looking for, we think.
Right.
It was some sort of thing to do divination or scrying with.
Yeah.
And I think the idea was that we were going to then try and use it to see where the young woman we're trying to recover is. Okay, so I think we better make him comfortable off to one side. Is there something? Well, obviously we can't get him going again. I think maybe we put him in the recovery position.
Sure.
And come back for him.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll leave a note saying where we've gone.
Here, I mean, I could just carry him.
Voldan is pretty. What's your strength?
Is
it 18?
16.
16.
No, 16.
16. Okay, yeah. So yeah, you could probably.
Yeah, you would be encumbered though. Or...
Yeah. Come on. I would put him down in case of a fight. I mean, I would.
All right.
With him.
You're not going to use him as a
I
ball.
know that's it.
Well, we'll definitely have to get a stretcher for the next.
Yeah. No,
Put it in with
but
a tent and all the other stuff we've got in the truck.
but
Okay.
if
Well,
we
yeah.
want to put him somewhere, then probably at the entrance and not here at the end. And I think it's even safer to put him outside because this
Could we
thing
put him-
closes up automatically, wasn't it?
No, I think there were things chasing us from the outside. We don't necessarily want to.
Well, we think there may be people following us, or we could take him outside and leave him in the truck.
But if the people who are following us show up
then
outside-
they'd find him, effectively help us.
Okay,
and,
we'll carry him with us.
Okay.
Come on.
Where did the that bug you scared off too? Where did that go?
Well, I had a really good culture check the last session, and I think I got a 20, and you said it was unlikely to come back.
True, but if you left a tasty morsel outside, that might be
Yeah, good point.
different.
well, I was going to lock it. Oh, the truck's open topped, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
I think maybe if we adventure slowly and sort of we go into the room, leave him behind, and then we carry him sort of forward. The question is, do we risk going down this passageway, or do we look in this bigger room in front of us?
I got a question, Kev.
Yep.
If I used a combination of fabricate scrap and engineering, could I make some kind of junk sled to sort of like pull him? That would be, or...
I don't... Is junk armor self-only, or can you cast it on other people?
I can cast that on other people.
So I could conceivably see you casting that on him and then just having part of the junk be handles you could drag. So effectively you'd make him like a wheelie you would use to transport carts and stuff in.
Right.
I could see it shaping that way. You'd have these crude wheels on the bottom, have him in a rigid position, and then have handles at the top you could drag along.
Okay.
That work for
Reminds
you?
me of the special stretchers they have in warships.
We have three of them.
People up,
With the stairs, we will just push him. Or...
up vertical ladders when I was at
Oh,
HMS Belfast, and they do have special ones where they strap them in and they literally lift them up.
Yeah.
But yeah, we could make a little travoy. I
Yeah,
suppose.
that's fine. So Brent, if you're going to use a spell for it, I'm totally fine with that. You guys don't need to worry about... you can safely set him down without wasting an action.
Okay.
You'll just get bang.
And he gets the benefit of having some extra armor on too, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Does it stack with existing armor?
If he's got light armor, it'll make it into heavy armor.
No, I think he does have light armor. Great. Okay.
So this was... Where is it?
Okay.
Just, if he has... I've never used it on... I've only ever used it on myself, so hang on. Somewhere in here. Increases the armor's EAC by 1 and his KAC by 2 if he's already got armor.
Okay. So I think, though, because you need to have that at least 5 pounds or 10 pounds of bulk, then I guess it's going to have to be on him instead of you. Because you only have, that's what you carry around, right? Is that one extra bulk for you?
Yeah, but I've got the spell that fabricates junk, so I can use it.
Can you click on that?
Sure.
Don't you need stuff to fabricate junk? Or yeah, you need one bulk of inert matter. You know, there's enough debris around here, sure.
Dust and rocks and stuff.
Yeah. Yep, that's fine with me. Okay. So yeah, the combination of those two things, you've got now Zakros safely sealed in his thing. All right, so then where do you guys wish to go next?
I'm going to cast Detect Magic down that secret passageway.
Okay.
The drow can, I don't really use the drow magic, but I can do it. So,
okay, so you cast Detect Magic, and then why don't you give me 1 second? I'm just going to read.
So I'll be standing at the top, at the front of this sort of secret passage.
Sure. Yeah.
And effectively, I'd be aiming it down that passageway.
Okay. So there are no spells, effects, items, or objects. Right there.
It's a bit weird.
The duration, though, is 1 minute per level max concentration. So if you want to make your way down there, you've got 4 minutes to go down.
Well, if we get hit with something, we're going to get hit immediately, like he was.
Yeah, and I can take over the detect magic thing too if you can only have a limited amount.
It's at will, I think, for the drow.
Okay.
It's a bit like elves.
Is
so
it at will? Are you sure about that?
Yeah, I just checked. It is at will.
Oh wow. Okay.
Actually, I know what I'll do. So I'll stop detecting magic. I'm then going to do dancing lights and send them down that corridor.
Okay.
To see if we can see a bit further, or does it just turn around that corner?
So the lights don't. You can see down there. I'm not sure what extra you're like. They're not, sensors.
Yeah. No. Okay.
Right. So.
So.
Because you're like your dark vision affords you enough to be able to see down, and then where this thing, dog legs around to the left.
So, do we want to go in the big room or down the stairway?
Yeah, we'll just go there. We'll just see.
All right. You said the mummies had 2 arms crossed.
Yes.
They are 2-armed mummies, not 4.
No, two sets of arms.
Oh, sorry, they've got both of them.
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
So I will carefully step down the stairs.
Sure.
And look around me.
What you can see down there, Voldan, is a corridor that stretches down about looks like 100 and so feet. There are those same but much better preserved massive pillars leading up to the ceiling. There is debris on the ground here that was not in the others. And what is your perception bonus again, Voldan?
1.
1, okay. Woo, you're going up in the world. So you're looking, and I think your attention is fixed. It appears that there is a large figure looming down here. And on your right and on your left, you can see that there are big statues that seem to be carved of the similar, like, 4-armed creatures or 4-armed humanoids, standing with kind of a stylized angular cut to them. The entire statue seems to be of this polished kind of black oily stone.
I look around and see no one, as usual, as to be expected.
Yeah.
The other one falling behind, so I will step further.
Sure, and it does appear over here. As you get a little closer, you think you spot that there is a doorway, or at least a passage leading in. So you look now to your on the pillars on either side. There are further markings and carvings. So there's more things. These seem to be even better, or even in better preserved condition than the ones at the entrance.
Yeah.
And
I look around. Guys, here's stuff to read. I can't read it.
Okay.
But you have to come down,
So is that 100 feet down? Or...
it is 20.
All right, yeah. So
Each square is 10 feet.
All right, so I think, I'm going to go down to the top of the room, leaving Tom to tow Zakros down when we think it's safe.
Dunk, 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 dunk.
Bam! I'm sure it's not a quiet thing, right? It's metal armor on stone. Going downstairs, even with wheels.
Yeah. So you guys can see that.
Maybe slightly with every smack down the stairs.
Voldan, you can
Yeah.
see.
I will have put something behind his head to cushion it. So
I'm assuming it's all good. Yeah, yeah.
Boom.
He's not going to take any damage from this. What you can see up ahead, Voldan, is there. It's another statue, much bigger. This one is, gosh, like the ceiling itself seems to go at least 60 feet up, and it has kind of an arched, design to it. The pillars themselves go right into the ceiling, seemingly supporting this sprawling kind of thing. And on the ceiling, kind of like Sistine Chapel style, you can see that there is a fairly elaborate series of carvings, and there's a lot of detail. So it's a lot of stuff to kind of drink in. But what it seems to be is there are a vast armies or nations or congregations or churches or whatever of these four-armed creatures that are all venerating some other creature that is also four-armed, that has a long robe, a really long distended kind of head, like the Shobhads, like the Kasathans, like the Witchweirds. And that creature at the center of the praise or the worship or the devotion, it is floating amongst a bunch of stylized, not quite pyramids, because there's like a pyramid, but then there is a triangular or kind of a square, like almost like a D8 kind of, that seems to be floating above it, and there's smaller ones that drift around it as well. And as you sort of drink in the ceiling and you look over, this statue here, it bears a resemblance to the being that at the center of the worship. Four-armed, two arms at the side, kind of gesturing out with palms up, and then two hands kind of, gesturing up as if like bringing down power or something. And the face is swaddled in robes, like carved robes as well too. And the statue itself stands about 40 feet tall.
Can I use detect magic to see if anything lights up?
Well, okay, so let's just quickly clarify how detect magic works again, because it's not like the bullshit that it is in Pathfinder 1.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're not getting you're not getting cheated. It reveals spells, effects, items, and objects, as well as hybrid areas. You can't detect magic traps this way, as they are created with magical wards that wards them from this common spell. So I say that only so it's a good use of the spell, and I don't want to deter that. I just want to make sure you're not, you're understanding what you're getting out of it.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I didn't. Yeah.
No, it is, because it is like in Pathfinder 1, it's an insanely abusive spell.
Yeah.
So.
It's less useful here with the traps and not working, but
yeah.
Does anything? Are there any magical sources here?
So you cast that. So you've now attuned yourself to the what do you call it? To magic. Whoa, Brent. I just rolled your perception check for you.
Nice.
That's 20.
You roll better than me. I should just get you to roll for me.
Because you're out of an abundance of caution, I'm going to move you down a little further. If what you're going to do is try and drink the the entire room in here, down and then dug.
Right.
Yeah.
There's walls on the side, so you need to be able to spy around them if you want to see.
Right. So I won't keep Zakros with me when we get in here, and then if I'm looking around, I place him down instead of dragging him around the room with me.
Yeah. So you place him there, and then you're looking around, and it's weird. There is a slight glow coming from your captain's, like around the area of your captain's feet. As I mentioned, there's that thin layer of dust that's in here as well too, and it's not like the whole area. It's something that's partially obscured by the debris here.
Voldan, don't move. There's might be something by your feet. I'll pull out my scanner, my what's it called? Broad spectrum scanner kit, and I think this might work. Hang on, and I'll sort of search that area.
Let's just go through this again here. Yeah, that doesn't work the way like a tricorder works. The sci-fi setting for this is not the same as that, where you can just whip out a device and then like learn everything you can. All this will do is augment your existing senses.
Right.
Okay.
So if it would give me a +4 to like a perception check if I would.
Yeah, and like if there was if this was a more high-tech environment, that might be more helpful. Or if there was some kind of like, you know, radiation or something like that, then that would help you.
All right, can I just detect for like a trap or something with?
No, and that's what I'm going to let you do. Is just this is if there's any other unusual things in there. So what I'll say, Brent, is let me see here. Yeah, sorry guys. Scanners are Starfinder really has itself affixed in that kind of like 80s sci-fi sensibilities that you see in Star Wars, where it's like the technology you have access to is not it's fancier and flashier, but it's not really substantially more advanced than what you've got in modern day. Let me see here. I'm checking the scanners here. The scanners on the ship are a lot more powerful, but this one is not. Let's see here.
Yeah, I popped up the stats for it on the Roll20.
Oh no, I'm looking for the scanners in general.
Oh, okay.
Just so I can see, because if what I'm curious of is whether it can detect what do you call it? Biological material.
It looks like my description needs a period. Otherwise, I get a +4 bonus to search armories.
Yeah, I think they have kits for that. There's a
there's a separate
environmental scanner, isn't there? Which I thought of buying, but so I'm going to suggest to Voldan that he steps back away from whatever he's standing on.
So there's a separate kit that's for environmental scans? Is that what you're saying?
I think there is somewhere, but it's not one we have, I don't think.
I have a thieves tools, trapsmith tools, and broad spectrum.
Yeah, to search. Okay, so basically, Brent, what I think yours is not a all-purpose. Looking at what the bonuses the other ones grant, yours just grants a bonus to perception. So it's just something that will help you. It's not like it'll detect everything. It's that it will sort of. It's a less precise thing that'll help you maybe pick up some other elements.
Okay.
Because there are separate aura translation kits, and there's a separate mental interpretation kit for like getting a bonus to sense motive. Thieves.
How about then the identify spell? Would that work?
What does that do?
Let me just
click on that.
Pull it up. I haven't used it in the setting, so I will.
Identify is to identify a magic item, I think, isn't it?
Yeah.
Function of a magic item, yeah.
Or technological, yeah.
Yeah. Well,
so I have to have an item.
So what you can tell, I think, Brent, with because you already rolled a nat 20 on this anyway. What you can tell is that there are three distinct small sources of magical energy that are there. And why don't you give me a mysticism check? Let's see if you can read the aura of these. And Voldan's like, "Can I move?"
Oh yeah. So I stand there and they start digging their bags for something that makes me a little bit nervous.
Well, I think Kat's going to suggest to Voldan that he steps back.
No, I think he stands still. So
yeah,
I think I will stand just for the moment.
Okay.
So the floor is quite dusty, presumably.
Yeah.
I wonder if he's standing on some carving.
And there's a fair amount of debris in here as well, too. So, and what you, Voldan, are you moving back or are you staying where you are?
I'm just right now. I'm staying where I am.
Okay.
I think I'm.
So, what you can sense, Tom, if you were to guess, there are 3. Actually, that's a really, really good roll as well, too. So there are 3 what you would recognize as spell gems. Basically, the Starfinder equivalent of scrolls.
Okay.
There are 3 stones that have spells baked into them, and it's 3 uses of Mystic Cure at level 1.
Oh.
Oh, so we just think they're just lying on the floor then? Ah, all right, okay.
So and
Are
then
they like embedded into the stone or just free?
covered in what one of them is slightly exposed. Once you look a little more closely at Voldan's feet, what you realize is he is basically standing on the crushed remains of some humanoid skeleton. And there are, what those are, is something that was in some kind of container that has just decayed over time. And as you kind of look around, you can see that there's actually, the debris is just very, very, very old, pulverized remains that are sitting around here.
Okay, so I go. So I come up by Voldan and I go, Voldan, and I smack him on the back, and then say, "It's okay. You're just sitting on a dead guy who's and the magic is coming from 3 healing gems."
Okay, you're able to push it aside, and like the leather that made up the container for this, the layer of dust, it kind of falls off, and then the leather basically disintegrates as you're pushing it aside. Not disintegrates like literally, but like you're able to peel it back, it comes apart, and there are 3 stones, and they look like polished little like beige colored stones that have these runes carved into them. And to make use of a spell stone, you just need to have that spell on your spell list and be able to cast that level of spell, just like a scroll.
Which is great, except the only person who can do that is unconscious.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
Oh well.
So,
could someone read the columns? I mean, or just get some sense out of that?
These hieroglyphs, are they actually just drawings, or are they actually what appears to be language?
it's tough.
We will take photographs, or we
I'm
will
assuming
take
you
a
guys are
record of it, because I'm sure Tom and I will be doing that.
Sure, yeah.
I speak Acatonian. I don't know if it's like some ancient version that might someone look familiar or something.
So whether Acatonian is the same language as Kasathan or whatever the Witchweirds speak or the Shobhads speak is different.
Oh,
Right.
yeah.
But also, it might have a different alphabet after 50,000 years.
I do speak Kasathan too.
Oh, okay, so if you speak Kasathan, then you're
Or Kasatha.
you are able to recognize some elements of what's in here. They're not. This is a very, 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 very ancient language, and it's like, 1 out of 100 words you're able to kind of like. That kind of looks like the word for, sword or whatever. What you're seeing in here is this is more, either more propaganda or more kind of like the sort of stuff you put in funereal chambers to venerate whatever whatever the inhabitant is. You guys can see that there is another door over here leading further in, and as you go along here, what the other things you pick up is that well, let's do this. Let's have you guys give me a culture check, please. Anybody who's looking at this stuff, whether you're trained or not, I'm fine with you. Some people may be able to have an insight. And actually, Ingolf, you can feel free to use your profession soldier in place.
Wow.
Yeah, okay.
There may be some insight you're getting from that.
No.
Yeah, maybe not. Good effort. Voldan stands against it. So, Kat, and I guess this may be keeping in with your, the culture you come from is something dominated by powerful sorcerers, right? Like the priests and or mystics and technomancers that dominate your culture, or at least your culture's communities. This is a pattern you recognize of lots of veneration of this robed, four-armed figure by the massive armies that are following them. You also see it looks like you remember that that brass or the not brass but the metal kind of plating I said that was on the sarcophagi out in that second chamber. What you can see is that there is a stylized version of that, but it looks like there's honestly like four-armed humanoid insects that are going, that are definitely in a war kind of capacity. They're carrying these massive swords. They're carrying, I mean, they're crushing some other four-armed humanoids.
Yeah, but it doesn't remind me of the Swarm in any way.
Does not remind you of Swarm. No, like it. I mean, it's not. It's a beetle because, or the reason you think like a beetle or an insect is because of the black chitinous kind of exterior on this thing, but they carry the same weapons that the other soldiers seem to carry: long pole arms, vicious, devilishly creative blades, and because you rolled so well there too, Mo, I think what I'll say is that you actually can see. You're looking at one of these things, on the pillar, and you make your way a little further down, and then you're looking at another one, and you recognize something. Like, hold on, there's soldiers that are wearing the same, like, chess piece. They're wearing this as what the beetle things are. So they've got this, like, what is in these things, the color is still there. It's flaking away, but still mostly there. It's got like a brass, coppery kind of sheen to it. And it's worn like a piece of armor that only covers like the shoulders, almost like football pads, to be honest. And that then also covers a little bit of in the front. And then you look back, and then the carapace seems to cover these same four-armed warriors at other points. They're carrying the same vicious blades as well, too.
So it's almost like a uniform or a standardized armor?
Yeah. And though, I mean, it definitely completely, in their, like, war form, in the scenes of conflict, they're completely concealed in this carapace.
It may just be armor, but that's interesting.
But they are fighting on the same side than the other ones. So it's not like two opposing forces, but they are all on the same side.
They seem to be on... So they're fighting on... Those things, at least, are fighting on the side of the... what do you call it? Of the like, robed, four-armed figure. Yeah.
Well, Kat's going to say, well, this looks like typical temple stuff. This is showing my army crushing my enemies under their feet, sort of thing.
Yeah.
Because with that role, he's probably seen that sort of thing on Apostate.
Yes, definitely. And he also has what you're also able to pick up is that the forces, you're asking about what they're fighting, and that makes sense for Voldan to be thinking in that terms. The adversary forces are they're honestly very similar. Four-armed, and they seem to be working some kind of extraordinary magics from what's, because there's like rays that are coming from their hands and stuff like that in the kind of depiction. You can almost hear the sounds of, phenomenal cosmic power being wielded, and the clash of the two opposing armies. Because you went so well on your culture check as well, Mo, here's something else that you know. Well, I guess I'll put this in a term of a question. Who gets to write the history?
Yeah, the winners. So I think this is a ceremonial depiction of some war, or it's some ancient king, queen, or whatever. showing, look, I'm
Yeah.
powerful. I've crushed all my enemies under my army's feet.
Here's another thing too, though. When you're looking at this stuff, because you're used to, you grew up in a society where, like, there's never any allowance for showing weakness or anything like that. It's always a matter of, like, the house is strong, the victories are always absolute. You're looking at this thing. This is a tomb. This person died. You're not sure you buy this stuff. Like, if this is a tomb, this person or this thing was fighting against some other, it says, sorcerer, or some other kind of, someone wielding phenomenal power, at least. This one seems to have been defeated. This one is dead. This one has been entombed. There isn't signs of a benevolent kingdom afterwards. There isn't signs that you've seen thus far of this being wielding power over everything. And think of where this thing is. This is hidden in the in the middle of a canyon, in the middle of nowhere, effectively.
So maybe this is a record of some other four-armed race, the precursor four-armed race, possibly. And this could be them showing them attacking or taking over the ancient Akatonian four-armed cultures.
I think it's the other way around. This is the remnants. These are actually the losers. So
Yes,
these
that's what I
guys
meant.
are the, yeah.
They were the original inhabitants who lost to some external force, who I suspect were a more advanced race at this point.
From looking at
Because-
at least the depictions on it, they depict them the same. Same four-armed species, same things.
Oh, right. Or maybe it's just a record of a civil war, and this is the losing side. And this is... Well, they might have been hiding it for tomb robbers, but which I'm sure Tom Tom thinks about.
So, but anyways, I mean, Zakros saw it in a dream, and we all shared that dream. So I think we have just to move further along and
Well, I'm
find
going
his
to
orb.
stand about 15 feet away from the statue, the big statue,
Okay.
and I'm going to concentrate for about a minute on it, just to see if there's any magical on there.
Sure.
We didn't find any other remnants on the floor, but we do know there are other skeletons there.
If that's what you're going to look for, then there actually is.
Yeah, do you tell me you want to concentrate on the statue? Because otherwise
Well-
I would just venture forth. So, but if you tell me I should wait, then I probably wait. But
Well, I'm going to see what else is on the floor. Presumably they're completely gone, the skeletons, so we can't tell
Yeah.
if they're the same age as the tomb. Or...
okay, I think I'll move to the door. I mean, I don't know.
Okay.
Can I make I don't know. Does it look like these guys died in battle here, or just they sort of were?
Give me a medicine check, please.
Do you want an assist on that when we get the sort of remains out? And we'll
Remember,
do it next week?
remember, no assisting unless you can tell in fiction how you're actually assisting.
It would be sort of like Tom.
Well, this would be like an autopsy, so we're effectively...
Well, there's a lot of corpses here. I wonder. Well, there's scenes of the battle. I wonder if they died here. And then I'm like, Kat, what do you think? Like,
Well, let's search out all the bodies and we'll try and categorize them all together.
Okay.
You know, this one looks like there's a hole in the head. That's just assuming the skeletons are whole enough to actually do that. Yeah, if
Okay.
we look for signs of trauma or stuff.
Sure.
And if Brent's going to lead, I'll help by sorting out the other bones and saying, oh, look, this one looks different.
Okay. So
I
then,
think you might be better at medicine. So if you sound smarter than me, I'll follow your lead.
Okay, so we'll
So-
spend a few minutes just searching for
sure.
the...
So Tom, first,
corpses.
you give us a medicine check. This will be your aid roll.
Okay.
That was great, too, guys. That was exactly what I was looking for. Great. Okay, so you're going to get +2 there, Mo. Go ahead and make your roll, Cat.
Medicine.
You guys are right back where you belong. All right, so the as you guys are looking through this stuff, there's a couple things that come to that a couple bits of information you're able to piece together. For one, whatever these remains were, they were absolutely pulverized. Like there's bones that are just, there's fragments that you think may have at some point been a bone, but it was crushed by some incredibly large and like powerful force. You are able to find a couple of stray bones that are like only partially broken, and with a roll that good, you're able to suss out that, for one, it's not a four-armed species. This is a human-sized species that only has two limbs. You found a fragment of a skull that is only it's curved the way a human skull is, not the elongated skull that you get with a Shobhad or a Kasathan. And I mean, Kasathans have not been here for tens of thousands of years. Like they were long gone and only came here in the last couple of centuries. You also uncover one other thing too, and that is the ruined remains of a... Oh, give me 1 second here. I need to find what this was. I should have been... I was going to write down my... what I needed to instead of trying to remember it. And then I got hungry. So I went to McDonald's rather than writing down the stuff I should have been writing down. So give me a sec here, guys. It is... Oh, not that. Yes, and... I need this. While I'm looking this up, I will say this is one of my absolute favorite games to flip through to do prep for, like both in terms of like getting magic items or like loot or stuff like that for you guys, or putting together encounters. I thoroughly enjoy looking through these books. And partly because there isn't so many, there isn't the massive proliferation of books the way you get with games later in their life cycle. This game's been out for a couple of years now and still has managed to keep the books to a manageable amount. Oh, where is it? Where is it? While I'm looking this up, Voldan, what you can see on the wall there is that there is what appears to be a very crude door. And there are... depictions on it as well too. There are hieroglyphs that depict two of those, massive warriors, those four-armed warriors with those vicious blades and those crazy oversized, armor, a kind of cuirass, I guess is what you would call it.
Mm-hmm. But since I look over my shoulder and see the other guys playing with the bones, so I see I have to wait a little bit more.
Okay. Okay, so you, and step your way over. While they're doing that, are you doing anything?
Yeah, being slightly annoyed, but that's...
There is a very slow, like, almost sarcastically slow tapping of the foot going on.
Yeah.
God damn it, I'm trying to find the... Can you guys find where the fusions are in the core rulebook? Because I'm having a heck of a time trying to find the darn things. Aren't they right after the weapons?
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Are you looking for something specific? Because you could just look it up in the.
Oh, I found it.
Starfinder thing.
I found it. Sorry, guys.
Yeah.
I found it. Ah, okay. Okay, what you find is a sword. Basically like it looks like it's made of this strange green metal, and the sword itself is a very like it basically has a very slight curve to it, almost like a saber. But like the same level of imagine if a saber was made with the level of technology available in, say, like the late Renaissance. You know, so it's not like a high tech version here. It's a fairly crude thing. But Tom, what you can see is that this thing has some kind of enchantment placed on it. Because when you pick this thing up and you kind of ding it against the ground, all the dust falls off of it, and it's this glittering dark green sword.
Awesome. You've given me the first chance in this campaign to use Identify on a magic item. I am ready.
So what this thing has, and this is, this is part of, or next to one of the remains that you got. Whoever its owner may have been was no doubt a victim of whatever happened to the rest of these things. So what this is, Brent, this is a dueling sword that has the called fusion on it. It is a very crude equivalent. This is not like your modern, technomancy crafted thing where you can plonk it off and put it back on, but that's effectively what it is.
Okay, sorry, what fusion?
Called.
Cold.
The weapon can be called, teleported to the owner's hand as a swift action, even if it's in the possession of another creature, up to a maximum of 100 feet.
Cool. Did you want me to use Identify on that?
Yes, yeah, that's what you've used.
Okay, should I roll then, or just no?
No, it's your spell. Didn't you say you use Identify spell?
Yeah, it just gives me a +10 to mysticism.
Oh, then that would have been good enough. Yeah, this is not a high-level magic item. I'm fine with that.
Damn it!
Yeah, so...
Well, you can roll. Go ahead. Go nuts. Maybe you got a nat 1. Maybe it's going to attack you. It's actually a haunted sword.
If it was my luck, I would totally get the natural one.
So you got this in your hand.
Yeah, you've actually seen that because Cat had that added to one of his guns. So effectively, he can just go.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's actually quite cheap fusion, actually, and quite useful, actually, for some circumstances.
Mm.
Oh, okay. Well, I will. I think I've just got a regular dueling sword, so I don't think anyone else.
Does your dueling sword do 1d8?
Let me tell you. I'll tell you in a second.
1d8 slashing, and it has light bulk. That's what this one is.
Oh no, mine is a tactical one that does 1d6.
Okay.
Oh, that's better.
There is unfortunately no the scabbard that may have once held this thing has not survived the ravages of time. But you have this now. Voldan, with your vaunted, what do you call it? Perception. Would you kindly give me a perception check?
Yes.
Legendary. Nice. Okay. You, as you're standing there, and these guys seem to be more interested in this device, and when Tom's, because Cat can also detect magic as well too. Are you trained in mysticism, Cat?
I did train it a little bit.
Okay, cool. No, that's good enough. So once Tom the android sort of mentions what this thing is, you're like, oh, cool. No, that's just like on mine, and so you're distracted by that. Voldan, you're standing over here. And you can hear the sound first of it's the grinding of stone on stone. But then all of you hear... Let me find... we'll use this one here.
Ah.
Oh.
And now this does not look like what the token is because I just was not able to find a proper illustration. What this looks like is one of those sandstone or not sandstone, but like the reddish brown colored stone sarcophagi. And with the four arms standing 9 feet tall, this thing begins stomping its way towards you. The only thing that is alight are the eyes, and there's runes. All where those plates were are completely alight with power. So, what I would like first, I want to make sure I clear our initiative tracker here. Remove all turns. Boom. If everyone would kindly click on their token, click on initiative.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see here. How much is this? This is...
Oops. We left the past up guy in a bad position.
Oh, sorry. I forgot to select my token, so... Do you want me to roll again, or can you put it in?
Oh, I can put it in. Yeah. Where is...
So I assume I was busy looking at the sword with Tom.
Yeah. Oh, and then that one. Yeah, shoot. Okay, 6.05.
He's probably trying to do physical science to work out what that metal is.
Oh, yeah. You know, because it's strange. You know what? That's good role playing. Give me a physical sciences roll. Let's see if there is some information you might be able to pick up here.
Yeah, presumably I was head down looking at that.
You think it might be domestic? You can't tell much beyond that, but you think it might be something native to Akaton.
All right.
You know, it's worth noting that it's not only other cultures that have, the tradition of tomb robbing.
Mm-hmm.
This thing is quite slow, though. All right, guys. Let's do this. Set it in descending order. Let's get this here. All right. And let's get it on. Okay, so first up, Voldan, which makes sense that you were the first one to have spotted this thing. You see this four-armed juggernaut making its way down those stairs about, what is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 70 feet away. What are you doing, Voldan?
Yeah, so 70 feet, that's not so good because I can't reach it, huh?
Come closer! Come closer!
Yeah. Wait a minute. So you have to tell me if I'm allowed to do the following. So if I do a charge action,
Yep.
I can move double the speed. But that wouldn't be enough.
How much are you short?
I think 10 feet. I've got one.
10 feet?
Square.
Didn't you tell me, or say a moment ago, that you were willing to make an athletics check to try and use your jump jets to get the extra distance?
Yeah, that was actually my plan.
Because that sounds like the kind of risk-reward thing that I would totally buy. All right.
Yeah.
So Voldan seeing this
Gets
thing.
in that one, he'll end up headbanging the seat.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes!
that's okay.
Bam, bam,
come
between
on.
the pillars. All right, so
let's see.
why don't you kindly give me an athletics check, please? Let me figure out what the difficulty is going to be. I think. That will be good enough. It will not be higher than 20. So what do we see as Voldan goes and jumps in to charge this thing?
Yeah, so I have to do two jumps. So first I jump over Tom to go here, and then I have to run a few steps to just jump over Zakros to smash my hammer into that thing, whatever
Love
that
it.
is.
Yeah, I assume we wouldn't have actually left Zakros on the stairway like that.
No, I'm just going to put him off to the side here so he's not...
Okay, so yeah.
Okay,
so then I...
Go ahead and make your attack roll.
Yeah.
That's not a good roll.
Yeah, okay, come on. I have this Nova point. I'm gonna use it.
Burning a hole in your pocket? You got it.
Yes.
Oh, of course.
Can only
and
get
level
worse.
points
Yes, it
reset.
gets
Nat
worse.
one.
Yeah.
Oh! All right, let's get the old critical fumble deck out.
Yeah, that's.
I gotta set these things out each time. Okay, let's see here. So next up in the critical fumble deck is going to be... Here, I'll cut this just so you're not stuck with that. All right. Boom, little shuffle. Critical fumble with melee. You got careless. You can't take a guarded step for 10 minutes. So maybe you tweaked your ankle landing on the stairs.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
So okay, love it. All right, so you land and you swing at this thing, and I think just because of the angle, you glance off of the this thing's stone hide and hit the ground. Tom, you're up next.
Ooh, I am going to try for the first time. Let's summon a robot.
Okay.
So I believe it's a full round action. I will.
It is, yeah, and actually doesn't. I don't think it manifests until the second round. I think you have to spend your whole turn doing it, don't you?
I assume it's.
The summon creatures. Hang on, give me 1 second here.
Duration. It's been so long since I looked up because I was looking at.
I've got this thing here. It's just reading through it. It's on. Popped it up on Roll20.
Right. That's not what I'm concerned with. It's the casting time. Because summoning actions in PF1, it doesn't show up until the next round. You spend your whole turn doing that. So if you're interrupted, then if you're hit or injured, then you are hooped.
No, it appears and act immediately is written here.
Okay.
Yeah. It's a 1 round account, so I guess it takes my full thing, but it would act this round. That's sorry, I'm reading. I could be reading that wrong, but that's my interpretation. Offhand, based on the spell description.
So,
guys, when you begin casting a spell that takes 1 round or longer to cast, you must maintain concentration from the current round to just before your turn in the next round.
Okay, so it must not appear till the next round.
Yeah, so it's just like in the other one. So you guys need to protect him as he's working this powerful magic.
Okay.
So the spell comes into effect just before the beginning of your turn in the round after you began casting the spell. You then begin casting normal. So what we're seeing is you're waving your arms around and lightning is playing around and this sort of these robotic bits are beginning to come together to form the thing that you're going to use.
Yeah, it's sort of it looks like someone's drawing CGI. So you sort of get the green outline, graphical outline is this slightly being summoned.
Oh, that's so good. Okay, yeah, I love it. So this thing's slowly being rendered in real time. We then come to our friend the stone thing, the Juggernaut. So this thing brings back, and you can hear the grinding of stone on stone as its arms come back. Now. It's -4 to each attack when it's a multi-attack, right?
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. There we go. So, 2, it's going to swing both of its arms at you there, Voldan. There's no way one's a hit. The other one might. Does a 28 hit your KAC?
28 surely does.
Sure it does, okay. So, this thing hits you. You take 15 points of damage as it hammers you. You're well within its reach, too. This thing can easily reach out 10 feet from you, so, it hammers you. Okay. That's a big hit. You can hear the crack echo throughout this big cavern, guys, as this stone fist comes down on Voldan. Fortunately, the other one misses and hits the ground, cracking the stone steps beneath. Cat, you're up next.
Okay, I'm going to use my cold fusion to bring my pistol, and then I'm going to. So these are 10-foot squares or 5 foot?
10 foot.
All right, so that is 10. 20. He's going to stand there, and Voldan's blocking the shot. Really.
I don't think so. This thing should be huge or large. Or
it's 9 foot. Okay, well, I'll try and shoot at
a
bit that's above Voldan, so I'm going to try to shoot it in the head.
Okay.
Yeah, I haven't really had time to do a Operative's Edge type sneak attack on it. I'm just going to shoot it.
Okay. All right, 22 versus KAC. That is good enough. So a little bit of its head chips away, but very little. All right. Then it's Voldan. What are you doing?
Yeah, I think now that didn't work out, so I'll just try it again. I mean, that's It was a great plan. I'll do it just another time. So,
Okay.
yeah, I will hit it again, but this time I'm going full in. Let's see. So, I don't know.
So unfortunately, neither of those is a hit. You're swinging at this thing, and one of them, yeah, that -4 with the multi-attack is kind of hurting you here. That first one, it doesn't even connect with it. You were sort of like thrown off balance. But this follow-up one, you do actually hit, but it doesn't even crack this thing's hide. Tom the android, what are you doing?
Well, I guess my robot appears.
Oh yes, here we go. Let me drop into the thing here for you. We're at robot summoning level 2. Is that yours?
Yes.
Okay. Boom.
Right, and it can be at a range of 140 feet. So
Yeah, I think we can have two of one on one square because these are 10-foot squares.
Yeah.
Okay.
Where do you want?
So it looks like I can summon them anywhere within 140 feet. So
okay. Do you want them over in engaged here?
Yeah. Sure. I think he's got a stronger melee attack.
Okay. And then what is the you have to remind me what do you have to spend an action to command this thing or what?
I don't believe so. I think it's the
okay.
old...
Here's the rule. If you're going to use
no.
summoning stuff, Brent, just for the sake of because I got enough other things to keep track of, you need to know those rules backwards and forwards, or you can't use that spell.
Okay, sorry. Okay. I thought it was.
It's been a while since we played. That's totally fine. Just
Pathfinder 1.
Yeah, that's okay. Let's quickly. Well, for all of our edification, let's quickly take a peek. It's in Alien Archive 2. Which is what I have there.
Alien Archive 1, I think.
Oh yeah, 1 is summoning. 2 is transformation. 3 is pets. Okay, so summoning creatures. Here we go. Only because I know they changed it again in Pathfinder 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely guess I won't be converting my Eidolon.
It acts.
Pathfinder 2.
It attacks opponents to the best of its ability. You can communicate with the creature. You can direct it to attack or not attack, to attack particular enemies, or to perform other actions. So it's not like PF2 where it's got its own rules that it's operating from. So that means you can just basically play it as a separate character.
Yeah, it's like Pathfinder 1 and that.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Okay, so there we go. So he's acting on your turn there, Tom. So this thing appears. What are you doing?
He's going to try and attack it. He smashes it with a... his fist is like a mallet.
Okay.
Or club.
Go ahead. Is it a little robotic version of Voldan?
Yeah. Or we can use a hatchet like on a hatchet.
Oh my god!
Like
So it's like a robotic Funko Pop of Voldan.
We can do that.
Go ahead and make an attack roll for it.
All right. Why is it not doing this? Oh, okay. Full attack. No, submit.
Oh, bam! That is really good. So this thing hits this, and there's cracks that appear in the side of this thing. Okay, and then Tom, your turn. What are you doing?
Oh yeah, that's right. I get to do something too.
Yeah.
So I will.
What's the duration of your spell?
4 rounds. So this is round 1.
Okay.
Okay, and these are 10 feet, so I got to move closer. 5, 10. That's 10. Okay, I'm going to try shooting at it with my pistol. Sorry, I got to pull up my character sheet versus the robot.
Do you have your pistol out?
Isn't it as a swift action if you have an attack bonus for more than +1?
Oh, yeah, that's right. Okay.
That's part of the move action, yeah.
Yeah.
Obviously, you can't do a full
move,
attack at this point.
Okay, go ahead. Okay, so that ricochets off its hide. Next up is this big thing. It is it's going to split. It's going to do 1 attack on the robot and 1 on Voldan, because that robot hit a lot harder than Voldan did. 28, I take it hits?
Yes.
Okay. Robot takes 14 points of damage.
All right. Now, what the heck is it?
Well, how many hit points does it have?
I'm looking on its... Oh, not much.
Here.
What? 6?
It has 6 hit points. Okay, so
Yeah, well, that's toast. That's toast then.
okay.
Did not have more than 6. That seems low.
So you look that up and when it's not your turn. And then Voldan 1 on you. Nat 1. Let's see what the fumble is. So this thing swings at you, Voldan, and you kind of duck out of the way, and it gets its hand stuck in the wall. It punches through that wall on the side, and it kind of it's trying to pull its arm out. It's at -2 AC until its next turn.
That's great, yeah.
Sorry, Kev, how much damage did it do?
14.
It's still around. It had 20, not 6. That was the...
Because you didn't look it up beforehand, Brent, it's gone.
Okay.
Sorry, bud. Okay, next up is Cat. I don't want to set the token up again.
Right. Cat is effectively going to sort of dodge behind that pillar.
Okay.
And he's going to try and blindside the stone thing, so he can try and shoot it when it's not.
Hold on. Do you have line of sight there? Oh yeah, you do. Okay. So you know what? Hold on.
Oh no, I don't. Do I?
No, I don't know if you do. Let me set up the dynamic lighting there, and then you can tell me if you can see there or not.
No, I don't think I can.
Sorry, I did it on the one wall, but not on the other one.
Right, so effectively he's going to hunker down behind Tom and shoot round the side.
Sure.
To try and catch it unawares.
Absolutely.
And that is stealth, I suppose.
Okay. Go. Nice. Okay.
So you'll have to tell me.
Oh, that's actually not.
on
I'm sorry, that's not good enough because it's
No,
20 plus
it's a
the.
bit too high.
Yeah. Plus CR. So. Go ahead with your attack roll. Oh, not good enough either. Okay. Voldan, you're up again.
Yeah, no, I'm trying this again with the hammer, just using the full attack, hoping that this time, because of the AC bonus,
Yep.
I will just full attack, yes. And
Sounds good.
We have to add... No.
God dang. Okay, so unfortunately not. Hold on here. Here we go. Yeah, I got him back, Brent. Just because it's a second level spell, and you guys, I think, will probably need it.
Sorry, I had him down with the first level hit points.
That's totally fine. Totally fine. You know what? And we're only 3 players today, so it's not like it's slowing things down too much. Just in future, make sure you've got your. Is it 20 or is it 22?
It is 20, so he should be down to.
Okay.
You said he did 14, so he's down to 6, right?
Okay. Yeah. He doesn't have DR or anything like that, does he?
No.
As a robot, no. Robots get that in Pathfinder. Okay. So Voldan, you unfortunately miss. Tom, you got your robot and what do you call it? Your turn.
Okay, so robot's going to slam.
Go ahead, make your attack roll.
He is plus...
Voldan, you're seeing your small replica.
Oh, he does not perform.
Nope. Okay, and then your turn, Tom. What are you doing?
I will try shooting it yet again.
Okay.
So 21 KC.
21 Ks is good enough because it's off balance. Nice.
Cool. So take 6 points.
That is a really tough hide, unfortunately. So it's barely chipping away at this thing.
So it gets hit points instead of losing some?
Oh, sorry, because I forgot to apply the DR for the first 2 attacks, so I gave the damage back. So you're chipping away at it slowly, but it's got DR on top of this. So, all right. Now it's this thing's turn. So it's first going to try and attack this thing. Okay, that is it misses your robot. And then it'll attack Voldan, and misses Voldan as well. Unless, I take it that a 20 does not hit your KAC.
Yeah, 20 does hit my KAC.
Yeah.
No. So if we can't get any good armor, you will...
16 damage.
Yeah.
Okay, now, Voldan, Do you need to make a soldier check to learn that perhaps melee is not the way to proceed with this?
No, but everything else is also not the way to proceed with that. I bark something like retreat.
Cat, you're up next.
Okay, he's going to drop the semi-auto and pull out. He's going to step back a bit.
Yep.
Drop the pistol, pull out the cylindrical lens laser from the belt.
Okay.
Which I can do as part of the move action. Because dropping is still free, isn't it? And then he's going to try and shoot with the new laser that we got.
Okay.
And again, he's effectively trying to catch it unawares by using Tom as a bit of a shield.
Okay.
So I think I'm going to need.
Nice. Yep.
That might do it.
Okay.
So this is the first time for the lens pistol.
Here we go.
So
come on. Is it prompting for the full attack?
Yeah, I've just done it.
Okay.
Because I can't do a full attack.
Nice. Okay, yeah, that's great.
So, so I'm plus 3d8 now as well. So I'm.
No.
Hold on.
That was not rolling. No.
Wait, why is
you
it?
didn't roll. You have to roll 3d8. You rolled 3 and got d8 back. So you didn't roll. Just.
Hold on. The operative bonus is 3d8 now. I thought it's a d8. No, you're at. Are you 5th level?
Or I'm 4th.
Yeah. So 3d8 is 5th level. It's a d8 at 3rd level. There you go. Okay. So then that is a total of 10 damage. All right, nice. All right, then.
But that's not bludgeoning. That's actually energy.
It burns away some of this thing, but it is still fairly intact. All right, Voldan. Wow, what do you want to do? Let me ask this: anybody fought a golem in any previous edition of D&D?
No, but I know the.
Yeah. Okay. So there may be
its mouse and remove the.
Yeah, but I don't know about these crazy things. So I don't.
But you might notice like that your attacks aren't doing that much damage to it.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah. I already said retreat. So I mean that I noticed. So I think I would just activate my jump jets and fly backwards.
Okay.
So I would land here.
Nice.
Or
Okay, now hold on. Remind me again. Are you doing? Is there a specific retreat you're doing to avoid attacks of opportunity?
I think I could do an.
Like a withdrawal?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think if you move normally, it would be a.
Yeah, that's the only thing you're doing. Okay, let's see.
So
here.
and then wait
Withdraw.
a minute.
Yeah, as a full action, when you withdraw, move double your speed.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. So yeah, you land. Excellent. Tom the android, go ahead and make an attack with your robot.
All right, robot slam.
I love it.
Nope.
Okay, so it whacks against the side of this thing, and it sort of is looking down at the little guy.
Okay, and I'm gonna try.
Full down. Whatever the last batch of damage you took, go ahead and add that back. I forgot to apply the penalty for multi-attack. That would not have hit you.
Oh.
I had -4 to hit on it, so sorry. And then, sorry, Brandon, your turn. Tom's turn now.
Okay, I'm gonna burn my last 1st level spell and do a full round magic missile at it.
Okay. Don't worry about rolling damage because it is completely ineffective.
Damn.
Why don't you give me a free mysticism check, though?
Well, no.
Nat 1. It's gonna fire him back! Take cover!
I
Okay,
don't know whether it is 4 or 10. I don't know.
this thing. All right. It is going to swing its... It brings both sets of fists up and then down on the robot. One of them... That's Jack Dice. That is a 25 twice on your guy. Is that right?
Yeah, that will smash.
Yeah, so it destroys this thing and it pixelates out into non-existence. But that has sucked up its attack. All right, Cat. Why don't we do this, guys? You know what? But before we start the hero's turn of initiative, we're at a little past the halfway point. Why don't we take our break right now? I could use a washroom break right now, and then we'll come back and carry on against this remorseless golem then.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll put our intermission music on. Whoop. Go. All right. Let's turn off this music here. And put... You have a more exciting one? Let's see here. How about this one? No, that's too low key. How about this one? Oh, yeah. There we go. Okay. I will also suggest that you guys can feel free, and you may already be thinking this, so forgive me if I'm repeating stuff that is already lurking around in your brain. You can take advantage of your environment as well, too. Remember, I am in a very old school and forgiving DM in that sense, so if you guys can come up with clever plans to punish this shit, you can do that.
Yep.
I will certainly be taking advantage of it to try and punish you. All right, all right. Oh, this is condition cards. I don't need that. I need critical hit. There we go.
But that won't help if you roll so low. If we roll so low, I mean that's.
Yeah, the dice are just not in your favor this morning, at least. But it's brand new second half of the session, and you all will have another Nova point. So.
So.
I'm sure we'll turn things around.
Yeah. No, but.
Cat's going to say, hey guys, I think that door's a bit too small for it to get through.
Yeah, that was my idea as well. Just get through the door. But the problem is, what about Dakros? I think we just...
Every man for himself! That's so great. Somewhere, Tom is having a great time with his Irish relatives, and suddenly he gets a terrible feeling. Oh no!
Yeah.
Oh shit.
No, but I mean, so his eyes are all black now. I think the golem can't see him. That's or can't sense him. I mean, so he's part of the temple, so we can just leave him here, I suppose.
Or irrational.
Yeah, so there's only one problem without getting with us getting out of there. It's just, what about Dakros?
Sorry about that.
So,
Going the wrong way.
who of you is really fast?
It'll be me.
So you could probably.
You know the cat is.
Yeah. Couldn't you just move around it so it would probably get down the stairs and we can attack it from above or something? Throw something at it? Topple one of the statues on top of it or something?
We could. I don't have any strength or tools to do anything like that.
Hmm.
And
I'm not fast enough to do that. I mean, when I'm up at the statue, the thing is already gone.
Yeah, also moving through an opposed area is quite difficult.
What is opposed? There is nothing opposed. You can move through this secret door stairways around it.
We don't know that ends there, though.
Why not? We can see that it ends there.
But it's also secret. Unless that end of it is open. I don't think it was.
I supposed it was open. Because the other one was open.
Well, I think... Kev?
What's happening? Sorry?
The other end of that secret passage, was that open? Or is that... We
Oh.
don't know that...
You guys can see over here that this is open now, yeah.
Alright. Okay.
That door has been cracked.
Okay.
So what are you guys doing? Kat, you're up next.
Yeah, I think with Voldan's suggestion of flanking it, Cat's effectively going to run to that secret door, up round, and then come out behind it.
Okay.
So I've got a move of 40, so double is 80. So that would be.
I could probably get you right about here.
All right.
Okay.
So that's my full move. Okay.
Voldan, what are you doing?
So I think you moved one step. So I hope it. So yeah, I let go of my hammer and just shoot at the thing in order to get his attention and make some loud noises.
Okay.
To get him to find me. So getting my weapon is a move action and just a normal shot.
Okay.
And
that's a hit. Nice. Okay, that is. So there's a scorch mark on this thing, slowly chipping away at it. Tom, what are you doing?
Not much.
I think go somewhere else, just a little bit out of the way.
Yeah, I will move back here, and I think that puts me at medium range with the pistol.
Okay.
Because of 10, 20...
He's 50 away.
Okay, so yeah, medium range.
Okay.
So, what the hell? Why not? I will take a shot.
Here you go.
Nope.
Phew, off the thing. All right. This thing's turn. And
So is that fast, actually?
it can move 30, yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty big, right? So it's able to stride. And it brings its massive fist down. Fucking nat 20.
Yeah. That's,
Okay, kinetic.
yeah. I mean, you hit with a nat 20.
Yeah. Okay, so the damage is... Oh, sheepers. 18, so it's 32 points of damage.
So you said 18 or 16?
No, 32.
So yeah.
Yeah,
And
so...
that's okay. 32 is fine. 32 is...
Oh, it hits you,
doable.
and then the critical effect is that it hits you in the chest, basically, so you cannot breathe or speak. It can be removed with the first aid task. But what this... you can hold your breath, though, for, I think, quite some time. Just so you don't, you don't need to necessarily do that right away. I think it's in
I think it's rounds based on con for sort of drowning.
I think that's. Let's say that's the case. Yeah. So, so you kind of, you've had the wind knocked out of you, Voldan. Oh, and you guys have no fucking healer. Okay, Kat, what are you doing?
Okay, he's going to.
Wait, aren't I after Voldan?
Yes, sorry, you are, because no, I'm after the it.
Voldan got hit. It's the.
Oh right, sorry. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay,
So
Kat.
I'm going to step round there,
Yep.
thinking I'm going to be next to it, but I'm going to effectively stealth around that corner
Okay.
because he's presumably not aware of me, and I'm going to shoot it in the back again with the.
Go ahead.
Toy.
Yeah.
Oh, hang on.
What are you
That's
doing?
wrong. I need to do my trick attack first. Sorry.
It's not good enough. Okay, are you doing your attack there, Mo?
Yeah, and because I only took a 5 foot step, I can do a full.
Okay.
So we'll try it and hope for the best.
You can't do a full attack and do your operative thing.
Oh, right. Sorry. Yeah. In that case, that's a miss.
Okay. All right. Voldan, you're up next. What are you doing?
Just check
Yeah.
how many,
That's weird. Let's see how this works out. So, I'm basically dying. I know that. So that makes no sense unless someone else dies with me. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to hide behind the column here.
Okay.
In order to have it smash the column, so it will fall down on the both of us.
Love it.
Probably.
Okay. All right. So you are kind of taunting this thing in your direction, I guess, as well.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Tom the android, what are you doing?
I have a healing serum. Is it something I can? Is it drank or injected?
Healing serum would be drink, would be consumed.
Okay, so what I'll do is
Unless you have, because there are syringes, like in they were talking. They're I think they're in character operations manual.
Character operations manual. Okay.
The idea of you racing behind these pillars as well, telling Captain Voldan, like, I have a serum, is pretty great.
Take this! Take this!
Captain, wait! Okay. So you can go racing after him.
And then... yeah.
So that'll be, I guess, a move, and then it'll be your action to get this thing out from your from storage, okay? All right, so this thing's turn. So it is... how am I going to handle this? Voldan, what is your athletics bonus?
My total bonus is 9.
It's 9, okay?
Huh?
So this thing storms over. Actually, it doesn't even need... Oh, yeah. So it's going to come stomping over towards you. And then... let's see here. I'm going to give you improved cover from this. Mm-hmm. So you get +8 to your armor class.
Yeah.
And this thing swings its big fist. I don't think... so it'll be... In total, it'll be 27. Is that...
Yeah, that hits me. That's exactly my armor class right now.
What? Oh, okay. So it swings... Oh, shit. That's...
So this was a full attack, so one attack only.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
You weren't taking any defensive maneuvers to add to your AC or anything like that? Like you weren't...
No, I think I couldn't. But if I could, I mean, I just...
Yeah, I think that's...
wait a minute. So I think I could get a +1 on the armor because of this. I have this free ability. Wait a minute.
Okay.
So in close combat, I get a free action when you hit him with a melee attack. No, I didn't hit him, so no, I have no +1. Sorry.
Okay. Okay. So this thing swings. It does unfortunately hit, and it does 14 points of damage.
Yeah, that's -6.
So Captain is smashed against the walls. This thing tries to get at you. Cat, what are you doing?
So is it right up against the wall, or can I actually see him where I am?
You can
at the
see it
stairs?
still. Yeah, it's so big you can still see it.
Okay, effectively, I'm going to stealthily try and hide and shoot it in the back.
Yeah. So make those rolls. Go ahead.
Right. So what's...
That is still not good enough.
Okay, I'm going to burn a Nova point on that.
Okay. There we go. Because your stealth is really good. Oh, for Pete's sake.
Okay, well, I'm just going to shoot it normally then.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not doing very well at all on this.
Against... That is good enough, yes. Nice. Okay, so you start burning some of it off the back, and it turns and faces towards you. Voldan.
Yeah, so so I have to spend. I think I can spend a resolve to stabilize.
Yeah.
I'm not sure whether I should roll first. I think it doesn't matter. And I can spend actually more resolve to get up. Wait a minute. Injury and death using resolve.
For regaining, so stabilizing, if you're stable, so you spend 1 point to resolve, to stabilize yourself. If you are stable and have enough resolve points, or if you were knocked unconscious from non-lethal damage, you can spend 1 resolve point at the start of your turn to heal 1 hit point. You're no longer dying, you immediately become conscious, and you can take your turn as normal.
And you look up and there's a robot or an android right next to you handing out this, holding this healing
That
sword.
would be the next turn, though.
Yeah. Okay, so I can, if I understand, I spend 2 points.
No, you have to do it in 2 turns, I think.
No. If I spend more than 1, I can do it in.
Let's see here. Yeah, that sounds fine to me.
Okay.
Okay, so you spend your 2. Go ahead, and because you've got so many resolve points, you're not dying. Okay, so then you kind of cough and you're up, and then it's Tom the android who plugs you with a healing serum, so you're going to be at 6 hit points now.
Yeah.
Is that right, Brent? Is that what Tom was doing? Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so this thing is going to start stomping its way towards you and reach its arm up towards you there, Cat. Does a 31 hit you?
Just
barely. 16 points of damage.
Ouch.
And then it is Cat's turn.
You know, which way round is it? So Cat is going to effectively try to withdraw and lure it outside.
Okay.
He's then going to try and jump in the truck and run it over.
Okay.
Yeah,
Because
that's
I
great.
actually move faster than it, so I'm going to do a full withdrawal.
Okay, so you go racing towards the door. Go ahead and move yourself. And Captain Voldan, you can hear this thing stomping its way up the stairs. You're kind of blinking and looking around, trying to figure out what the hell's going on.
Yeah. I don't know that JT is doing that, do I?
No, you don't.
So,
Well, Cat's going to call out, I'm going to lure it outside.
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, because actually JT wouldn't know that Captain Voldan went down either.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, he's just going to say, I'm luring it outside over the radio.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, then I wouldn't shoot at it, just follow it. So.
Okay.
Well, actually, he's about there.
So you grab your gun, you stand up again.
Yeah.
And then movement is what? Is it half move to stand up, guys?
Probably. Yeah, but
yeah, it's
I
a
could
move
do
action,
a
I
full.
think, unless you've got Kip up.
Yeah, let's
But
say.
I can do full move, so
Okay.
I can. I'm not attacking, so.
All right. Tom the android, what are you doing?
Okay, into my comms, I will say that JT, if you can lure it outside and become undetected, I can turn Voldan and myself invisible, and then we can get back in and slam the door on it.
Okay.
Outside.
I was going to try and run it over with a truck, actually.
Or that, too.
Yeah.
Don't damage the truck, I don't want to be stuck in the desert.
Or just throw it down. I mean, we were on the top of the cliff, weren't we? So
No,
just.
base of the cliff.
Basically.
Okay.
Base.
Yeah.
Otherwise, that
Okay.
would be quite good. He's trying to, like...
Is that all you're doing, Tom?
And then I'll move up to Voldan right here. And I'm just proposing this plan. That's my last 2 spells, so I want to check if everyone's okay with that.
Okay.
And sorry, Kevin, can you refresh my memory? It did have a door that opened and closed, right, on the outside of this pit? No.
Nope.
That was a stupid plan. I did not say
That's okay. Remember, it was the what do you call it? thing was sealed until the specific placement of the moon, and then it opened.
Okay,
Oh,
so what
just have to hope it hasn't closed.
Right. So what I'll say into the comm is, if we can lure it outside, I can turn myself and Voldan invisible, and then we can sneak back in. JT, if you can sneak past it, then maybe we can leave it outside.
Okay. So this thing goes here. It looks at where you are, and then it turns and begins moving back.
Oh.
Well, that did not help.
Okay. Cat, what are you doing?
Okay, I'm going to sit at the top of the stairs, is it?
It's top of the. It's on its way down the stairs again.
Okay, I'm going to move. It should be taking cover behind there. As it's turned round,
Remember,
I'm
that's a
going to try and...
sand-filled pit, right? That's that pool where that thing was.
Yeah, so effectively, actually, I can move to
pit.
there. I can just, and then I'm going to stealthily try and shoot it in the back, as it seems to be ignoring me.
Yep. Go ahead. And then Voldan, you can go ahead and go next. It's not.
It's a bit more like it.
It's unlikely that it's going to kill it. That is good enough. Yes.
Right. So, and then I'm going to shoot it with a lens pistol. Come on, get a 20.
Yeah.
Do you have to be within a specific range for this, like with a thief backstab?
Well, no, you just have to make the check you're doing.
Are you
in
sure
a
about
mechanistic
that?
way.
I just know because I know they translated a fair amount of the materials, a fair amount of those sensibilities over for other things. So I don't.
I don't think there's a range on it.
No range.
You do normally use it with
you're
ranged
fine.
weapons.
So I will
And you
go
can
for
use it with a sniper rifle as well. So
Yeah. Okay.
suit level. Okay, so
I don't know if you
not
count
gonna
a
hit,
sniper
is
unless it's got an operative tag on it. Voldan, what are you doing?
there's an operative feat. I'm going to burn my second Nova point on that one, I think.
Okay, go ahead.
We're in the second hour.
Ugh. Good damage rolls though. Jeez. God, you rolled 3 8s back to back.
Yeah,
That's great. Sorry, Voldan, what are you doing?
So I'm just shouting at Tom, fall back behind the large statue, and I'm moving as fast as I can over there.
Okay.
So that means I can move up to here.
I will let you grab Tom or Zakros for free if you want.
Yeah, so Zakros.
So you're racing along.
yeah, but,
He's on that gurney.
Yeah.
Okay. Tom the android, what are you doing?
I am moving back this way. 10, 20.
Are you out of second level spells?
No, I've got 2 first level spells left, or second level spells left. So I could summon another robot, or I could do invisibility.
Yeah. Could you take Zakros with you? I will.
Sure. I'll just.
Sure.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Now, Tom, would you give me a perception check, please? It's just a slight bit in. There's a secret door right there.
All right. I will attempt to open this
Well,
door.
no, you just did a full move.
Okay. Right.
Okay. This thing. Okay, so this thing. Oh, yeah, you didn't hit it. It's gonna come stomping forward. That's all it can do. Cat, what are you doing?
I'll go to follow it again, trying to. Hang on, it's a 10. And he's going to effectively again attempt to.
Yeah, go ahead. And if Tom, remember, guys, like, you guys have your comm units on. If you want to communicate what you've seen to each other, do it over the comm.
Okay.
Because right now, Voldan doesn't know that you found a secret door.
I will let him know as soon as my turn.
Well, you could have done that on your turn. Remember? Like,
Okay, just as a free action.
Yeah, talking is a free action. So.
Yeah, if you don't mind me going back to...
Jeez.
Cool D8 on it.
Okay, so you...
I like these virtual D8s. Can I have them?
Yeah, really. Holy smokes. All right, so next up is Voldan. And you can assume that Tom the Android has told you about he saw a secret door behind the statue.
So such a bullshit. Sorry. That is. There goes my plan. So.
Can you fight defensively to give yourself an AC bonus?
I don't think so.
Yeah. I think covering behind the column and hoping that it will do something is probably better. I think I just move behind and duck behind that column, or behind that, so it will have to move.
Okay.
And can't do a full attack. Is that good?
Okay. All right. Tom the Android, you are up next.
All right. I'm gonna take an attempt to open this door that I have spotted.
Okay. Let's see here. This would be. I think. I'm trying to decide if it's either sleight of hand or engineering. I don't think it's engineering, but sleight of hand doesn't seem right.
Opening a lock, picking a lock would be engineering.
Right, and this is not a it's not a lock that you're trying to uncover. You know, give me an engineering check. That's fine.
I do have a lock picking. Well, probably in the heat of the moment.
It's not a lock you're picking. It's trying to find a secret door. It's like, I'm trying to make this banana loaf. I've got oranges. No.
Right.
That does not help. Okay, so what you do see here. There is, boom, a chamber beyond.
I yell into the comm, doors open, and can I step in?
Yep, and you can bring Zakros in there as well if you like.
Do I have enough movement to go one further?
I think so, yeah, yep.
Okay, I just wasn't quite sure how many actions a door took.
Okay, now this thing's turn.
Yeah.
So Voldan, you've got +8 to your AC. And then it swings. So last time it was a 10. If I roll a 9 or less, then I miss.
Yeah. There's a chance.
I'm trying to decide how we might deal with character death in a flashback. But that's a problem for another day. So
Yes.
this thing slams at you.
You got more resolve points.
Hits the pillar. Let me roll here. It is 18 points of damage that the pillar takes. And the whole thing rumbles and kind of goes to the side. Why don't you and this thing give reflex saves, please?
Reflex, yes. Wait a minute. Where is the saves? Yeah, there's reflex.
Okay.
A 20.
Nice. Okay, so you duck and roll out of the way. Unfortunately, stones fall down from the ceiling. Would you roll 3d6 damage for me, please?
On me.
On this thing.
Oh yeah, that's great. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's...
Nice.
9.
There's little cracks that are appearing in its head. All right. So then, Kat, your turn. What are you doing?
I'm going to the base of the stairs again. Well, probably just slightly hiding behind one of those pillars.
Okay.
Again, we're going to...
Not good enough. Okay. Let's go and make your attack, and then it'll be Voldan, your turn next.
Hmm. I think I'm running inside.
That's good enough. Another little scorch mark in its side.
I'm running inside, so I can only move here, and then if I have a full, if I'm going full, yeah. I think we can be both on this square.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Tom. Let's talk about what you see in here.
Okay.
So in here, there's two things. Well, there's three things of interest. For one, there is a hole, an unnatural, or rather what looks like a fissure in the side. Something that maybe someone has, it's cracked and broken open, or someone's gone through, or dug through. The rest of it is fine, finished walls on each side. And within here, there are more carvings on the inside, and what you can see is there are tons of four-armed figures that seem to be gesturing, and then there are those black obsidian spheres hanging above them. And what you see in here on the ground are the shattered remnants of what looks like an obsidian sphere. The largest chunk that you're able to pick up is probably about yay big, but it's got that perfect sphere on the side. So you can see that on the ground, and then also against the wall here, set into the side, is a circular disc of smooth, polished black. It seems as if it's maybe set in the wall, maybe it's in a frame hanging, and it's just so flush against the wall. But it is the same material that the spheres are made of. Are you doing anything?
I'll put the chunk, I guess, if I've got my backpack on, I'll just throw the chunk that I picked up in the backpack, and then I'll turn to the door.
I think that's all you can do. That's a lot of detail you were taking in.
Yeah, okay, that sounds good.
Okay, all right, so this thing. Now this thing seems, it hits that pillar, it kind of, looks up, it looks off and sees Voldan scamper into the other room, and then it kind of turns and sees Cat. Oh boy. Comes stomping off towards you. I don't think that hits. Does a 20 hit your KAC?
So this
Cat?
were 10-foot axes?
Yeah.
20 hits? Okay, you take 12 points of damage. This thing clips you. And then it is your turn, Cat. What are you doing?
Come to us.
What are you doing, Cat?
Yeah. He's going to effectively do a withdraw and try and draw it outside. So that would be 10, 20, 30.
Okay. Is that the extent of your... Is that everything?
That's a double move, so that's 80 feet.
Okay, there you go. All right. This thing, once
Yeah,
again...
effectively, I'm trying to remain in sight of it, so I can, and I'll wave the laser at it.
It walks to the door. It stops. And then begins over here.
So it's actually in the room with me, or is it?
Nope. It doesn't leave that second chamber. Voldan.
Okay, I'm going to call on the radio. Guys, I don't think you can leave that room.
Yeah,
Okay.
we already figured that out.
So then Voldan's kind of leaning against the wall, like, yeah.
Yeah.
Voldan, what are you doing?
Yeah, I think I'm just taking my other serum of healing because I want to be in one piece as long as possible.
Okay.
That's wait a minute, where is it? Equipment. That's this one. So it has no stats.
Mark 3. It's 3d8, isn't it?
Yeah, I suppose.
1d8, or from lesser one anyway.
No, this is a Mark 3.
Oh, Mark 3. Oh, okay.
Expensive. Hang on.
Yeah, I mean,
There we go. I got Mark 3 is 6d8 hit points.
yeah,
That's a lot.
Wow.
yeah. Okay, I'm consider myself healed. Wait a minute.
Well, I don't know. Let's see. Your dice go.
Well, whether I've taken all those nice
19.
d8 rolls.
19. Oh wait, and I have one d8 left.
Oh, there you go. Here we go. 23.
23.
Nice.
Yeah, that's not enough.
Okay, so you're back up to 29 hit points now, it looks like. Or no, you're up to 30. Yeah, 29, because it was 23 plus 6. All right, Tom the android, what are you doing?
I'm scanning the room. Does that fissure? Where's that? Does it look like it goes up or down?
It goes. It's heading down.
Oh, okay. There might be another place for us to go through here. Can you join us in this room, Cat?
Well, I was wondering whether I could run down that secret passageway and try and duck, run along the side.
Yeah, can you sneak by that thing?
Yeah, stealth, I suppose. But I think you can only do stealth at your normal speed.
Okay.
So it's either I stealth it or I run it.
Try stealthing and maybe I can make it a distraction.
Okay.
Kevin, so
So whose turn it? Oh, so it's...
give me a second here to work my distraction out. I think I have an idea, but
Okay.
let's see. This.
I'm gonna change. This.
Yeah, I think I'd
What's
just
the
get
range,
to
Cat? What's the range on that calling feature?
100 feet.
Okay, hold on, Cat. If that's where you're going, one sec.
Well, if I'm going to like try and duck through, I'd get to the end of that secret passage at the end of my move.
Right, Cat, but it's got reach. So it might have an... Yeah, you didn't make your stealth check, right? No, so I'm sorry, but it gets an attack of opportunity on you.
Oh, sorry, where is it? I can't... I'm not in the room yet.
You just moved your token into the room.
Huh? I'm at the top of the secret stairs. I've only moved 40
Right,
feet.
and look right above you. Look where it is.
Oh, I thought you said it didn't go into this room.
No, it went into this. You've seen it go into this room. You saw where the token was.
Oh,
Yeah.
right. Oh, in that case, I wouldn't be doing that. Sorry, I thought you meant it went back into the other room.
Well, you wouldn't know one way or the other. Because you didn't have any line of sight one way or the other, right? You just didn't see it.
Okay. All right, so I'm going for that. So it would be 5, 10, 20.
Okay.
Could we just? I'm sorry, but I think actually it's Brent's turn. So and it's a little.
Well, Brent's taking
confusing.
time to consider what he's going to do, so we're assuming his character's taking that time as well.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
Because if you're moving your token, then Cat's not waiting for Tom the android.
Yeah, okay.
10,
I just moves over here.
Okay.
20.
So, does a 27 I take it hits, right?
Yeah. So that would be at that point, presumably.
Okay, so 13 points of damage, and then you can continue on. It doesn't stop you.
Yeah, so I reckoned I'd get to the foot of the secret.
Yeah. So you're going to be able to outpace it, I think. As long as you can get yourself into that secret thing, it can't reach in there.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh.
So, and then you're going to be able to... you're faster than what this thing is, so if you just sprint along like the side of the of those pillars there, you're going to be able to reach the chamber where the rest of the guys are.
All right, so basically I'm...
Okay. So I don't really have to do anything. Okay.
And sorry, just Mo, if you had rolled your stealth before you went in, I know you said like, "Oh, I'm going to stealth," but then you started moving your token. If you'd rolled the stealth, I would have.
I thought it was back in the main room, so that was just Cat making a mistake.
Okay.
So effectively, I'm in the room or just at the door.
I'll just put you right over here because you're able to get into this room. without having it, like, it's not going to catch you. It starts coming back down into the room.
Well, I'm not going to stand on the fissure.
No, God, this is the fissure over here.
Oh, sorry. I thought you meant that little thing in the floor.
No.
Okay.
No. Okay.
Okay.
And so it comes stomping down into the main room for as long as you're there, and then it stops and then goes back to whatever position it was in before when you guys first came in. All right. So it appears that you guys are you're all in the room here. So stop moving yourself out, please. What are you guys doing next?
I'm going to suggest a 10-minute rest, and I'm going to take a serum of healing, my only one.
Okay.
Yeah. We should do that, yes.
Okay, so go ahead and take your serum of healing.
And I'm going to examine this disc.
Okay, so tell me how you were going about doing that.
Well, first off, I'm going to use Detect Magic to see if it's mystical.
Okay, go ahead. So yes, it definitely has a magical aura to it. Quite
Right.
powerful. Go ahead and, if you want to try and learn some more information about it, go ahead and give me a mysticism check.
Okay. Not really. Okay, what I could do is use my spell capacitor to cash in the last. To cash in as a first level spell, and then use Identify on it.
Okay.
So, Identify into that, and let's give that a go again. And that sucks, so I'm going to use my Nova Point.
Okay.
So 35.
35. All right. So you describe for us what it looks like as you're using Identify here.
Okay, I think it's more like maybe an advanced version of like from everyone else's perspective. It'd be sort of similar to what they see when I do Detect Magic. There's symbols, but from my perspective, I see a bunch of mystical symbols and circles and sort of like geometric shapes form around and do calculations over the disc.
Okay. So what you can tell, there's a fair amount. That's a really, really good roll. So for one, this thing is incredibly old. This is the kind of enchantments that are bound into this thing are unlike anything you've ever seen in your life. Unlike anything you've ever read about. This is an incredibly ancient and very powerful, though dormant, enchantment. What you get the sense is that this, to actually make use of this thing, you would need to infuse it with some kind of, some kind of power, some kind of psychic or magical or arcane or divine power. It is effectively like a divining circuit.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. That's good. So I would hope that we could get Zakros to be some kind of help again.
He's still muttering, the sphere, the sphere, the sphere, the sphere, the sphere,
Yeah, so-
the sphere.
Okay,
So
I got
I
an
will-
idea.
I will.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Cole.
I would just wheel him over to the sphere.
Okay, well, this is not a... Well, it's more of an oval shape.
Oh,
Yeah, and then what Tom the android has found is broken remnants of a sphere. Now you're able to sort of... You've got the time now, Tom, to kind of look at, the other broken bits. Someone's shattered one of these, the sphere that's depicted in those various things. It seems to be destroyed here.
Interesting.
Hmm.
I've got the big chunk in my backpack. I wonder, because Zakros is saying the sphere. What if I put that big chunk in his hands, or like touch his hand to it?
Okay.
Well, have you got all the parts and maybe put it
Well,
together
it's shattered.
and put it in his hands?
I don't know if it'll go back together. I'm assuming there's like it's like a broken glass, right?
It's
So
not glass. It is of
But
some.
like it's sort of like shattered like glass, right? With shards.
Yeah,
all
imagine if you had like a stone sphere and you took a sledgehammer to it. That's what's sort of left over here.
So I don't know if we have the tools to put it back. So maybe I can give him like I don't know. I'll touch his hand against the largest chunk.
Okay. He just says instead, very slowly, the sphere. And you think you can see black mist is drifting out of his mouth as he says it.
That's not a good thing. Okay. I don't like that. I will withdraw the sphere chunk before I turn him into the undead or something.
Okay.
That's unfortunate.
Okay, so we could venture forth and see what's behind that corridor to the north.
Yeah, I think so. I'm assuming we have taken a 10-minute rest at this point to get our stamina back.
How big is that disc?
The disc is about 7 feet tall and at its widest point about 3 feet wide.
Okay, so we will not stationary.
Well, and if you're now that you've had a chance to take while everyone else is sort of resting up, it's affixed to the wall.
Okay.
Does it rotate?
It does not.
Does there be any instructions or controls? Not instructions.
There's a handbook that says how to use your magic mirror.
No, but like hieroglyphs or something like we've seen before.
No, this seems to be this whole chamber seems to be absent of any of the words that you saw before, and it's just all this stuff, all these depictions of venerating or people venerating the glowing or the floating orbs and so forth.
Okay.
Just to make sure, I mean, that a great thing is something like a divination object. So one of you guys could at least try to have some information about where Myri is or something like that from it.
We can't use it. It needs a lot of power. Somehow it has to be fueled. It's right now. It's
okay.
So it needs to be fueled with psychic, arcane, divine, some kind of,
energy.
Correct.
Yeah.
In that case, I suggest we try something. Cat's going to use his at-will sort of magic and effectively sync the power that would go into, say, dancing lights.
I don't think
my hand and
this is
it.
Okay. Give me first off. Give me a mysticism check. I don't know if that's.
I really do need a.
Yeah.
Well, no, it's just how you channel energy into it.
That's what I'm getting you to roll. I honestly don't know whether
Cat's thing, but
no, I don't think that you you cast detect magic, but you have no earthly idea how to do what Tom said. Tom used.
Oh, wait a minute. We have those crystals.
Yeah.
Could we sort of shatter them? And I mean, I'm not really. I mean, I defer to Tom on this one. Could we use those to power it up in some way? They are stored magic, so.
It is. I don't know if there'd be enough. I can make a Kevin, if you have want Tom to respond differently, but I'm guessing that the stones don't have enough magic to power this thing.
It's not so much. So the thing I was getting Cat to roll for is because it's not a matter. This is not something that just sucks in magic. It's something where when you apply power into it in a specific way, then it may activate the circuit, as it were.
Right.
That's
it. So, that's why your detect magic cantrips were not sufficient or not able to activate this thing, and just smashing magic up against it is not going to be. It's not something that's draining in magic. It's something waiting to be primed.
Right.
So Zakros has to do his thing. Okay. So let's go north. I mean, so I will move my token right here, and if something attacks me here, then
okay, I'm gonna document it as best I can with
I will move a little bit further.
Okay. So you make your way down there. Voldan, this is something that's a little cramped for you to make your way through. Well, that's not true. It's probably about 7 feet tall in here. The initial hole is not huge, but once you get in here, you can see that there is what looks like a very crude excavation deeper in here.
Okay.
Okay. It's completely black going down there as well. But I think you've got dark vision, don't you?
No, low light vision, but I have.
So that's no problem.
Well, we can provide.
I have.
light.
Okay.
So then
Anyway,
I will
you've got it in
go
your
a little
helmet
bit
anyway.
further to the junction here.
Okay.
Yes. I'll switch on the
So you
light
get down there.
already.
Oh, and you've got lights on your armor as well too. So
Yes.
you activate it, and you're looking around, and so to your left, it's actually a pool of water.
Oh.
Yeah, it's strange for parched Akiton. This is really something unusual. And then to your right, you can hear this sound of wind.
Oh.
And as you kind of get over there, you see where that circular thing is there?
Yeah.
It is a 10-foot, or I guess, 10-foot across crevasse leading down into blackness. And you can hear the howling winds from down there. So with the doors open to the temple, and then the secret door opened, there's now winds that are either flowing from, I think they're coming from below. I think it's probably wind coming up and pressure going out.
Mm-hmm.
So there's wind coming up from down there, and it is not a nice smell.
There's a smelly hole in the ground, and there's water.
Okay, I'm gonna try and close this door here to just stop the wind.
Okay. So
If it looks like it can be operated from both ways.
yes, yep.
Yeah. Okay.
So I will look around, but I'm pretty sure that I won't perceive anything.
Okay.
All right. Well, I'll be on Zakros duty. So, assuming Tom's going to go first, I'll tow Zakros through the.
Cool.
Bang, bang, bang.
All right.
So, Tom, if you want to move in first, and then I'll come in behind you.
Okay.
But I will have a careful eye on the water and on the hole, switching, alternating.
Okay. There's the water, and that's the hole up here.
Yeah. The right
No
thing
one
is the
drop
hole,
anything
the
in the
left
hole.
thing is the water. Yeah. There's probably some fish in there. So I will go over here.
Did you bring a fishing pole?
I don't know.
Okay.
This would allow it to totally be able to fish in here.
So you make your way over, and it's as I described for Voldan. There is about a 30-foot across, or maybe 20-foot across pool of water in here, and it is not terribly deep. It looks like it seeps up from somewhere near the base, and what you the water itself seems clear. You have no earthly idea whether there is any, microbes or anything in there too, but this seems like potable water.
Good stuff.
What happens next?
Yeah. So if you guys don't see anything, I'm saying we have to go to the next room. I don't see anything worthwhile doing here.
Why don't Kat, Tom, and Voldan, each of you guys give me... You're searching here, I'm assuming, so give me a perception check, please.
Yeah. Also, can you move our invalid in?
Ooh.
I don't think I can. Hang on. Perception.
Hey, Voldan, not bad.
Yes.
Yeah, 1.
Okay. I'll use my. We got a second Nova point at the break.
You did, yep.
Okay. So
Someone left Zakros. Oh no.
Well, I can't move. I can't move the token. I don't think so.
Aw, that sucks. I
Okay.
gotta use that.
So Voldan, what you're actually yours is sufficient for this. So you were looking around on this thing, and it has been you guys think that you may be the first to be in this chamber for tens of thousands of years. So Voldan, as you make your way over, this isn't a case where there is a layer of sediment that has collected in here from the centuries of blowing wind when it opens up in the evenings. But looking on the ground, what you can see are foot and hand prints. And what it appears to be is, or at least what they're in the direction of this crevasse.
So someone is coming up from below here.
Going down.
Yeah.
So having seen that, Kat, you make your way over there as well. Does anyone have any levels in survival?
Yeah, me.
Yep, I do actually.
Nice. Go ahead, guys.
Do you want everyone to make their own? Yeah, okay.
Yeah, go ahead. I'll let you both make your rolls here. Oh,
When you ask Tom about survival, it means
nat
he's got
20. Nice. All right. So, Kat, having these marks or these things pointed out to you by Captain Voldan, and sorry, Brent, I'll come back to you in a second. You get over there and kind of get down on all pop a squat, and you're kind of looking at this stuff, and it's been obviously a very, very, very long time, and these kind of structures that are dug naturally are going to be subject to tectonic events and things like that may not survive the intervening years. Bearing that in mind, you think that at some point when this land or this cavern may have been dug, at least 20 things crawled their way down that hole, down into the depths of Akiton. You cannot see where it leads, and from the sound of the wind blowing, it may be very, very far beneath there. Now, from your personal experience, from where you grew up as well, nothing worth finding or worth having yourself exposed to is generally found beneath the surface of any planetoid.
Yeah, I take the point, but Apostate is actually a big spaceship, I believe. But yeah, because that is a thing. Yeah, he's gonna say I wouldn't really want to go down there, and I don't think we've got the rope to do it with.
Well, and this is not a matter of this would not be following fresh tracks. These tracks, this is like finding
20,000
cave paintings. Or things like that. This is something that happened so long ago.
So this is a natural cavern. There's no hieroglyphs or anything extra added to the walls?
It seems to have been excavated, actually. No doubt a combination of magics and a combination of just, putting your mind to it.
So these things just came here to smash the orb and then moved out again?
Possibly, yeah. I'm going to have a look at the water. I'll taste a bit on my tongue.
We have stuff to do. We can to do that now.
Okay. Well, we got a chemilizer, which I think is what you'd need. I don't think we have.
Okay.
Well, effectively, I'm going to check it out with survival to check that it's actually good water.
Okay. Yes, I just rolled for you. This is potable water. Completely. There's as far as you can tell, there's no bacteria in here. This is the nature of the sandstone that's around you too. Likely acted as some kind of filter. So apart from any biological issues, which can be solved usually by boiling, you're not going to run into the same issues. So sorry, Brent, you were going to say something before. We were talking about the tracks. What was that?
Oh, nothing. It was just a smart-ass comment about Tom not being good with the wilderness. So his idea of survival is, pulling up, skip the dishes on speed dial.
Okay. So
he's got his Starfinder Black credit card.
Yes.
So we can
put it on expenses.
move back and try to open the other door.
Okay.
I have to
Well,
figure out how to...
there's the stone monster in there.
Yeah, I don't
Yes.
like the stone monster.
That's no problem. Leave it to me.
Can you?
So we either have to, so we can go down a hole or fight a stone monster.
You guys, would you, as you're making your way along here, would Tom, who has ranks in engineering?
Tom.
And I do as well.
Oh yeah.
Each of you guys go ahead and give me a roll. Ooh, awesome. And I think this speaks to your knowledge of excavation, Mo, or Cat. So, the initial, as you're making your way back into that main room, you take an opportunity to kind of study the, you're more focused on keeping yourself safe and keeping your eyes up. You weren't really studying the specific way that this thing was designed. So, this tunnel was dug into the earth. But in order to get in there, the reason that hole is smaller at the first point there is because you had the whoever was there had to smash their way through the wall.
Mm-hmm.
The tracks that lead down here had 4 arms and 2 legs. And in retrospect, the smashes of the shards of stone that you found there, Brent, from the sphere, that was mostly accumulated near here. And Mo, you can see that there are shattered bits of effectively like the space, terracotta, whatever it was used to make up the walls here, the pressed clay and whatnot. If you were to guess, looking at this place now, this may have been from where the person, whoever was in here, what seems to have happened is the sphere was used to smash through to that wall. The stone was excavated along there, and then whoever made it through there went down into the depths of Akiton.
Oh. So,
Okay.
Interesting.
So someone was buried alive, probably.
Oh, I see what you mean. So that room G, did it look like it was a burial chamber? Was there a sarcophagus, or
Do you want to
maybe
take
they
a
were
look?
buried alive? Okay, yeah. Well, let's have a better look in there. I presume that would be culture.
Sure.
Can I look like there's anything that would indicate a burial in there?
So go ahead and give me, anyone who's got ranks in culture, go ahead and give me a culture check.
Okay.
Not Volden, I take it?
No.
All right. So those Cat, as you're looking around at these markings in here, you're getting a better sense of that this is not the chamber on the outside. Seemed to be triumphant, trying to be, vast armies clashing and so forth. This is bragging. This is showing dominance over something else. And if you're looking around, it's tough to say. Oh, you know what? Actually, Tom, you're because of your archaeologist sort of background, you can find the materials for sitting in this small chamber. There's evidence of of shattered cooking pot and some other things. You might guess that as many as 20 or 30 people had a kind of life in here.
In G or in the other one?
In
G?
In G.
Well, cat things. I've,
Would it be? I wonder if this would be a prison then.
Yeah, so like you
well, they're
have
all
the,
walled up in here.
If you were sealed in here with that sphere and that mirror that is now looming over you, what purpose do you think that those two implements would have had?
Spear would be power, and then the other would be containment.
Containment? It was. Remember what kind of magic it had?
yeah.
Enchantments. Oh.
No.
So probably they were used as fuel for the
Remember,
thing.
Brent, it was a divination circuit.
So they had to see the doom of their species or something like that. To just watch it over and over again.
Again,
I guess.
well, cat thinks that
Species-
he's seen like
the dominated
he's seen like
task, the dominated thing. Again, there's only 4-armed creatures and 4-armed creatures in here.
Okay, the dominant folk or whatever.
well, cat thinks that this is a bit like what he's seen in fiction. People walled up alive. Presumably there is the equivalent of the Mummy and Frankenstein in Starfinder type hollow vids.
Yep.
It's a common trope anyway, being buried alive. It's whether they were put in here for some reason and then they eventually broke their way out.
And why would you have an unbelievably powerful divination artifact sealed away with them? And why would you make a production out of otherwise celebrating these creatures leading into the secret tomb?
Well, maybe, I can't remember if it was Bolden or Tom said, maybe they had to rewatch or watch their conquerors' triumphant progression as a way of increasing the punishment. But yeah, not quite sure where that goes with that one.
So, as you guys are kind of studying that, you can hear Zakros's mutterings are getting a little louder. Sphere, 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 the sphere, the sphere, the sphere, the sphere, the sphere, the sphere. What are you guys doing?
Okay.
No one's got telepathy, have we?
I do.
All right. Could you try and contact him? Android mind meld.
All right. I will reach out to see if I can reach out to him with telepathic message.
Okay.
I don't know if they'll do anything, but I'll Zakros.
Okay. When you hit that telepathic link, I need you to give me a will save, please.
Oh, this is not good.
And we can't make a second stretcher.
I get +2 against mind affecting stuff.
This is mind affecting, but unfortunately that is not good enough. So you are assaulted with the with this overwhelming sensation, and there's images and tastes and sounds and smells that just come washing over you. That's been roiling around in Tom's mind, and you can, or in Zakros's mind, you stagger back away, and you have been afflicted with a curse.
Ooh, that's
You feel a trembling, like a beating of your heart and a trembling within your chest. You feel terrified. And Tom, each combat when you would take your first hostile action, you are instead confused for 1d4 rounds. However, that was enough of a jolt to get Zakros out of his slumber. And he awakes, he looks at all three of you, and says, simply, "He awakens." And with that, we will bring our session to a close. So, let me kill that. Guys, we've got our first curse in the game, so that's exciting. For those listening at home, thank you so much for joining us for our 21st session of our ongoing Starfinder campaign. Our heroes find themselves trapped in an ancient prison with an angry jailer on the outside. So I'm sure things will work out just fine with our newly cursed android. As always, if you have any comments, questions, or concerns regarding the session or the game, please don't hesitate to leave a comment in the comment section of the video, and we will endeavor to reply in a timely fashion. In addition, there is a link. Oh, sorry, you can also reach me on Twitter. My Twitter handle is Dungeon Musings. You can also shoot me an email. My email address is dungeonmusings@gmail.com. You can also follow the link in the description of the video to the Dungeon Musings Discord server, where we have channels dedicated to this game and to all the other games we run on the channel, as well as things like the Find a Group channel, the Assorted Games channel, and so forth. And a channel dedicated to our dogs, of course. In addition, and other pets, I should say, we've got more than just dogs that people have been posting on there. In addition, there's also a link in the description of the video to something called Heroes Save Villages, and that is the charity fundraising campaign that we run on the channel. And from now until noon on January 1st, 2020, we are, and that's noon Central Standard Time, but we are running another charity raffle, and the prize that we have for this run of the raffle, it has been very generously donated by the good folks at Beetle and Grimm. They've given us a copy of the Platinum Edition Descent into Avernus, the Baldur's Gate Descent into Avernus box set. If you're not familiar with this thing, this is this incredible $500 product that has all sorts of handouts and the full adventure in it for Descent into Avernus. It has this awesome miniature for a war machine or an infernal machine. It's got a stuffed flump. It's got other miniatures. It's just full of incredible stuff. A soul coin. And you can win that by purchasing or making a donation. For every $25 Canadian you donate, you get one chance to win that. And if you don't win that, there are still other prizes as well, including a core rulebook for the Pathfinder 2nd Edition game. There's also a Pathfinder 2nd Edition bestiary you can win, and I've donated a copy of the new Character Operations Manual as well, too. So for Starfinder. So even if you don't win the grand prize, you do get a chance to win some other prizes as well. And in addition, all donations go to help out the SOS Children's Villages International Charity, which is a really terrific organization active in over 130 countries that benefits over 80,000 orphan and abandoned children, providing stable and supportive environments for them to actually be kids and have a childhood as they grow up. You can learn all about that and about the and to get your raffle tickets by following the link in the description of the video. Last but not least, I want to thank our brave Starfinders. So, Brent, Mo, and Ingolf, thank you so much for joining me again on a Sunday. Guys, we are very closely approaching our 1-year anniversary. That's pretty exciting. So, thanks for joining me again on Sunday morning, afternoon, evening, guys. This was a lot of fun again today. And until next time, for those listening at home, thanks again for joining us. We hope you enjoyed our venture back into the depths of Akiton. And until we see you next, happy gaming.